Every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands. Shalom Israel, all praises be to the Most High Yah and His Son Yahweh Shai. Thank you for tuning in with another video. This week's video is called Extreme Makeover Home Edition. Now I hope this message is encouraging to you ladies, to all you wives and soon to be wives, that you can see the importance and the beauty of how being a good wife truly is. Sirach chapter 26 verse 1. Blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be double. A virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace. You hear that? Most High said your husband is blessed when he has a virtuous wife. Okay? A good wife is a good portion, which shall be given in the portion of them that fear the Lord. All praises. Sirach chapter 26 verse 13. The grace of a wife delighteth her husband. So how you carry yourself, how you're righteous in this truth, it just makes your husband happy. And her discretion will fatten his bones. A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord. And there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. A shamefaced and a faithful woman is a double grace, and her continent mind cannot be valued. As the sun when it ariseth in the high heaven, so not just the regular heaven, the high heaven, so is the beauty of a good wife in the ordering of her house. So ladies, we have to get our houses in order. And here is another way that we can do that. We're going to go to Proverbs chapter 31, verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her. So your husband's mind trusts in you, to trust that you're keeping the commandments, that when he's away, you are taking care of the house, taking care of the children, taking care of yourself. He trusts you with all his mind, so that he shall have no need of spoil. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. So a good wife will do him good and not evil. So we have to be good wives, trustworthy wives, obedient wives. Proverbs chapter 18 verse 22. Whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing. Well, so I said, you got a wife, you got a good thing. And obtaineth favor of the Lord. So we're supposed to be good to our husbands. We're a gift from the Lord. So we have to be a good gift. Be obedient, be respectful, and be trustworthy. Sirach chapter 40 verse 23. A friend and a companion never meet amiss, but above both is a wife with her husband. So Most High is saying, as a wife, you're supposed to be better than a friend, better than a companion. Be someone that your husband can lean on, someone your husband can trust, someone that your husband can open up to have support with, someone who will be there for him. Most High said that a wife is above both, a friend and a companion. Sirach chapter 25 verse 1. In three things I was beautified and stood up beautiful, both before Yah and men: the unity of brethren, the love of neighbors, a man and a wife that agree together. So that is beautiful in the sight of the Most High, a man and a wife that can agree together, that can be on one accord, that can be on one mind. Amos chapter 3 verse 3. Can two walk together except they be agreed? So you wondering why you and your husband are clashing with each other, y'all are having disagreements, things like that, because y'all have to agree together. You have to be obedient to your husband and be on one mind with him so y'all can agree together, growing in the spirit together. That's why it is beautiful in the sight of the Most High that a man and a wife agree together. 1 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 10. Now I beseech you, brethren, by the name of our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, that ye all speak the same thing, and that there be no divisions among you, but that ye be perfectly joined together in the same mind and in the same judgment. So be on one accord with your husband. Grow together spiritually with him. Be submissive and humble yourself so y'all can be on one accord and on one mind. Sirach chapter 7 verse 26. Hast thou a wife after thy mind? Forsake her not. So when you have a mind after your husband, you're on one accord, y'all are thinking the same things, growing spiritually together. Most High said, don't forsake her. So you need to have a mind after your king. But give not thyself over to a light woman. So you do not want to be a light woman. Be after the mind of your king. Follow after your king so you can be on one mind together, on one accord. Ephesians chapter 5 verse 21. Submitting yourselves one to another in the fear of Yah. So you need to submit yourselves first to the fear of Yah. And what is the fear of Yah? Keeping his commandments. And what is the commandment he will want us to keep? Verse 22. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord. So submitting yourself to your own husband is having fear of the Most High because you want to please your husband. You made a covenant with the Most High saying that I will take care of my husband. I will be obedient to him. I will be a good pillar of rest. I will not stress him out. That is your covenant with the Most High, that you will be a good wife to him, that you will be obedient to him, not disobedient. So you have to submit yourself to your own husband as unto the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church, and he is the Savior of the body. Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ, so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything. Not some things, everything, whether you like it or not. Of course, it's easy to submit to your husband when it's things that you agree with. Most I already know that. But what about the things that's not easy? You still got to do it. Put down the pride and submit. Don't argue. Don't have no attitude. Submit to your husband in everything. Ephesians chapter 5 verse 33. Nevertheless, let every one of you in particular so love his wife even as himself, and the wife see that she reverence her husband. So the wife is supposed to reverence her husband, having a deep respect and honor for her husband, adoring her husband, worshiping her husband. So you treat your husband how you would treat Yahushua. Be respectful to your husband. And if you're new into marriage, my biggest advice is to ask your husband, how does he want things ran in the household? And do it. That's the best advice I could give you to avoid any altercations, any arguments. Ask how he likes things to be done, and then do it. Colossians chapter 3, verse 18. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as it is fit in the Lord. So you have to submit yourself how Most High wants you to submit yourself to your husband. So submit to him in everything, not in how you think you're supposed to submit to him, how Most High says you're supposed to submit to him. And you're supposed to submit to him in everything. 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 11. Even so must their wives be grave, not slanderers, sober, faithful in all things. So women, you can't be slanderers. If you and your husband are going through the wilderness season and you're just having disagreements, don't be slandering your husband's name. Don't be posting little funny things on Instagram or social media, being funny memes, trying to be slick and being petty with your husband. No, don't be slanderers. And that goes back to my video, my lesson called Satan's Devices. Check it out if you haven't seen it. But wives, we can't be slanderers, so don't be slandering your husband's name. Be respectful. If you're going through it, pray to the Father. Give it to the Father. Don't be slandering his name all over social media. That's wicked. And we have to be sober, faithful in all things. So if you commit to something, see it through. Be faithful in everything. Proverbs chapter 12, verse 4. A virtuous woman is a crown to her husband. So when you virtuous and you righteous, you his crown, you shining, you just ooh, beautiful. Just beautiful. But she that maketh ashamed is as rottenness in his bones. So you killing your husband when you just making him ashamed. You not listening. You just disobedient. You just stressing him out. You killing him. Proverbs chapter 9 verse 13. A foolish woman is clamorous. And clamorous is like someone who's loud and constantly trying to compel people to get attention. She's just loud and just, clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing. So we have to be quiet and loving women, loving wives. If you're going through with your husband, still keep showing your good fruits, being obedient, being silent and loving. Because Most High says a foolish woman is clamorous. And we don't want to be that. Sirach chapter 25, verse 20. As the climbing up a sandy way is to the feet of the aged. So, have you tried to climb up a sandy hill before? It's pretty hard. So, imagine an older person. They got back problems. Their knees not the same no more. Try to climb up a sandy hill. That thing would be super hard and stressful. So is a wife full of words to a quiet man. So, ladies, don't be talking a lot. Your husband is stressed, had a stressful day at work, stressful day dealing with the world. Don't stress him out. Be his peace, be quiet, be his pillar of rest. You're not supposed to have a lot of words. Be the quiet, loving, and submissive woman Most High made you to be. Proverbs chapter 11, verse 22. As a jewel of gold in a swine's snout, so like a beautiful, shining looking gold piece jewelry, like it's in a pig's nose, so is a fair woman which is without discretion. So you may look good, you got some beautiful hair, your skin popping, but you ain't got no discretion. What is discretion, you might ask? It is the quality of behaving or speaking in such a way as to avoid causing offense or revealing private information. So, sisters, that goes back to my Satan's Devices video. Social media, don't be on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, whatever social media you have, slandering your husband, putting all your business out there, posting videos and shorts of little shots fired at your husband or your sister. Don't be doing none of that. Be discreet. Most High said you a gold piece of gold in the pig's nose when you not discreet. Putting all your business out there. It says behaving or talking. Behaving or speaking. So you have to be discreet. Proverbs chapter 21, verse 9. It is better to dwell in a corner of the housetop than with a brawling woman in a wide house. So Most High said it's better to be at the top of your house on the roof in a little corner than in a big old mansion with a woman who like to fight and always argue all the time. No one wants to come home to someone who's always going to argue all the time. We're going to go down to verse 19. It is better to dwell in the wilderness than with a contentious and angry woman. Most High said, you better off tabernacle, living in the woods, than being at home with a woman who's always angry and always like to argue and disagree with you. just for no reason, just stressing you out. You're supposed to be his pillar of rest, not pillar of stress, ladies. Sirach chapter 25, verse 16. I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. Dang, ladies. Dang. He said, I'd rather deal with a dragon and a lion. You know how scary them lions and dragons are? How big they are? He'll rather dwell with them, live with them, than to keep a house with a wicked woman. A woman who's always arguing. A woman who's always not doing what she's supposed to. Coming home to a dirty house, not listening, not growing in the spirit with your husband. He said, I'd rather live with a lion and a dragon. Man. Proverbs chapter 27, verse 15. A continual dropping in a very rainy day and a contentious woman are alike. So, you're trying to lay down, go to sleep, and you kind of left the sink dripping a little bit or the tub a little bit dripping. You just like, what's that noise? It won't let you go to sleep. You tossing and turning. You can't go to sleep. That annoyance, that aggravation. Yeah, it says a contentious woman who always arguing back and forth. Those two are the same way. Annoying, aggravating. Don't be that, ladies. Sirach chapter 25, verse 13. Give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. So out of all the wickedness that's in this earth, he don't want no wickedness of a woman. That's the worst of the worst. And that shows you how bad the wickedness of a woman is. It rottens his bones. It slowly kills him and drains him on the inside. He said he want any other wickedness besides a wicked woman. Oof, man. Sirach chapter 40, verse 1. Great travail is created for every man, and an heavy yoke is upon the sons of Adam, from the day that they go out of their mother's womb to the day that they return to their mother of all things. So our husbands go through enough as it is, ladies. Don't add more to it. Be their pillow of rest. Be supportive. Be quiet and loving. Be submissive. Be obedient. Make their life full of joy, not sorrow. Keep the fruits of the Spirit. You're supposed to help your husband, not hurt them. Proverbs 31 said, she will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. Sirach chapter 25, verse 19. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. You know what that means? When you wicked, when you're not being obedient to your husband in all things, when you're constantly stressing him out, not doing anything he says or acts, for one, you will be a wicked woman. And he said, let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. Sinners is getting a lake of fire, death, destruction, killer. Don't be a wicked woman. Be obedient, be loving, kind, gentle, respectful, obedient wife, woman. Sirach chapter 26, verse 24. A dishonest woman contemneth shame, but an honest woman will reverence her husband. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. A woman that honoreth her husband shall be judged wise of all, but she that dishonoreth him in her pride shall be counted ungodly of all. A loud crying woman and a scold shall be sought out to drive away the enemies. So, ladies, when you are dishonest, you bringing your husband shame. When you're lying, being shameless, Most High calls you a dog. You considered a heathen to the Father. He called you a dog when you shameless. supposed to fear the Lord, be shamefaced, supposed to honor your husband, respect your husband. You will be judged wise above all. It is very important for us to be good wives to our husbands, ladies. Sirach chapter 26, verse 22. And harlot shall be accounted as spittle, but a married woman is a tower against death to her husband. So we're supposed to be the tower against death to our husbands. And this is why it's very important for you ladies, even for myself, to be a good wife. We are the tower against death for our husbands. We are their support systems, their encouragement, their inspiration. We're supposed to keep pushing them to do better, to pray for them, to fast for them, so they can keep growing in the spirit and make sure Satan doesn't get on them. But if you're constantly arguing with your husband, not being his pillar of rest, Satan's going to creep in and try to mess with your husband. Now he's battling things he's not supposed to be battling because you don't know your order. You don't know your place. We're supposed to be the tower against death, ladies. And finally, Sirach chapter 36, verse 23. If there be kindness, meekness, and comfort in her tongue, then is not her husband like other men. Stop. Did you hear it? Your husband is not like other men. He is blessed when he has a wife that is kind, that is meek, that is comforting. Verse 24. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest. And let's get the definition of help. I know it's such a small word that we know as a kid, but let's actually get the definition of help. To give assistance or support to someone, to provide someone with something that is useful or necessary in achieving an end. So you're supposed to be adding something useful to the marriage, adding something necessary to your marriage, to be a helpmeet, to add something good to achieve the end. What is the end we're trying to achieve? The kingdom. Be a good helpmeet. Help your king, not hurt your king. Be a helpmeet, not a hurt meet. Okay, ladies? Help your king. Ask him, what do you want me to do? How do you want things to be done? Listen and hear what he's saying, and then actually apply it. Actually do it. And don't argue, ladies. So this concludes my lesson with you ladies. I hope this was edifying. I hope that you were able to get something from this lesson. I know I'm not a perfect wife, so I don't want anyone on this camera to think I'm perfect, but I am striving for perfection. So that is definitely the goal. And I hope and pray that all you ladies have a wonderful and glorious Sabbath. Thank you for tuning in with this lesson. I do love y'all. Shalom.
And the Lord God said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him an helpmeet for him. Genesis 2:18 is the reason I'm here, to be your helpmeet at all times with cheer. You ain't never gotta worry, cause I'll always be near. And I'll never get it twisted, cause my role is clear. House clean, clothes wash, I'm preparing your dinner. You off work, just relax, baby, I'll be your pillar of rest. You stressed? Let me pour you some wine. Let me leave you to your scriptures, let me give you some time. Know this world can be hard, you be holding it in. So I'll be praying for the battles that you fighting within. In the world you feel defeated, but at home you gon' win. Treat you like the king that you are, the king that you've been. You are my protector, you my shelter, you my best friend. This thing forever, through whatever, riding to the end. You keep me on my toes, I'll never find another. With the most I join together, let no man put us under.